Hello guys, I'm Belen Huang. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm introducing to you guys to a talk by a French molecular geneticist turned Buddhist monk, writer, and photographer, Matthieu Ricard. And before I start my summary, please make sure to like this video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel. All the support from you guys not only means so much to me, but also it is a huge motivation for me to continue to offer you guys great quality content. Now, enough of the introduction, let's get into it. First and foremost, Ricard suggests there doesn't seem to be a universal definition of happiness, as the concept of which is terribly vague, broad, and diverse, whilst individuals often struggle to grasp its essence due to the suffering that we constantly endure. Hence, being bombarded by various types of explanations of happiness, the former geneticist states, as a result, we often tend to confuse it with other words, for example, pleasure. In addition to pleasure, Ricard says it is a feeling which may differ across time, space, and person. And in terms of happiness itself, he has provided the audience with the Buddhist meaning, which he resonates with the most. And that is a feeling of a deep sense of serenity and fulfillment that covers all emotional states, both positive and negative ones. Beyond confusing it with other words that are similar with happiness, another issue that is apparent amongst most individuals is our mindset. That is, oftentimes, the majority of us would assume that the way happiness can be obtained is solely through satisfying our endless materialistic needs. To which Ricard argues, by doing so, not only we do not achieve happiness, but we also drift further away from it. Alternatively, instead of seeking happiness from the outside, as the French monk maintains, it is our inner emotional state where we should find our happiness. That's to say, in a practical sense, we ought to observe our emotions externally, with the reason being, Ricard states, it is fairly easy for us to go down a rabbit hole of particularly negative emotions. Thus, it is by looking at our emotions from the outside, can we see the emotion we are experiencing as itself, without us unwittingly exaggerating it while seeing the emotion not as annoying or irritating as it is. Learning this requires time and experience. Nevertheless, we do not need to feel disheartened or discouraged. Our brains do not stop evolving when we reach our mid-20s, the former Pasteur Institute biologist argues, as it is shown through numerous experiments that long-time meditators present significantly high levels of left prefrontal lobe activity compared to the right, indicating happiness and creativity. Concurrently, many of whom proved to have high levels of emotional control as well. Lastly, the Buddhist monk says, beyond looking for the things that makes us look beautiful on the outside, what also matters is our emotions, the key factor that determines every moment of our experiences. Here, in my opinion section, I would like to take Ricard's arguments further and argue, nowadays, we live in an era when people are mindlessly pursuing the feeling of pleasure, and yet when being asked how much are we pleased with our lives, most of us would say, no, not really. Therefore, to resolve this issue, I think, as opposed to chase pleasure, we should start to, just as the former French geneticist says, view happiness as a mindset that we are able to own and take control of. In order to do so, I feel that it is thus necessary for us to differentiate pleasure from happiness to begin with. Personally speaking, pleasure is merely a sudden, quick, positive feeling that rushes through us, which can be gained via mundane entertainment activities, be it eating nice food, playing video games, or having good sex. And because of the fact that it is short and momentary, a number of us may fall into addiction as a result, as could be seen in the case of drugs and alcohol. Happiness, on the other hand, doesn't feel as intense as pleasure, but it is deep and long-lasting. Moreover, despite the fact that happiness also keeps us coming back for more, just as pleasure does, however, it is uplifting and, in a sense, motivating. Hence, from my point of view, to achieve happiness, we have to know how to turn happiness into a skill. So here, I have 4 tips for you guys on what you could do to turn happiness from a feeling that is presumably hard to grasp into a mindset that we are in control of every single day. First and foremost, it is essential for us to start being grateful and appreciative. As from what I witnessed, it is too easy for us these days to feel that we deserve everything and take things for granted. Nevertheless, there are always people in this world who are in a worse situation than we are, and our problems are nothing compared to theirs. Furthermore, to be grateful, we should focus on the good, not the bad. Albeit, it is not to say that we should entirely neglect the issues of the matter and pretend that they do not exist. Instead of that, it is to say that we should be aware of it whilst looking at it in a hopeful, optimistic attitude as we find ways to solve it. Next, needless to say, I also believe that our lifestyle is one of the factors that can strongly influence our mental health. Frankly speaking, I don't think a body that lacks sleep, nutrition, and exercise is able to function at the optimum state it is capable of. And this applies to both our physical and mental well-being. Number 3, find something that we enjoy, aka a hobby, that we enjoy doing. It makes us feel energetic, confident, and focused. Alongside entertainment purposes, one of the main reasons why I say this is because having a hobby also makes us feel prouder of who we are, and that strengthens our identity. Not to mention, it is by doing something that we like and enjoy that we feel a sense of joy and fulfillment. Last but not least, at the same time as we are trying our best to achieve happiness, it is equally important to learn how to deal with our negative emotions as well. Here, on top of Ricard's arguments, which is to look at those negative feelings from an objective perspective, I would argue that nothing is more powerful than a change in our mindset, even towards these unfavorable emotions. Specifically, that is, to see those feelings as challenges to train us become better people. Finally, I would like to end this video by introducing to you guys a list of videos I've done on happiness, as well as factors that may influence our level of happiness, which are psychology, as well-known psychologists Martin Seligman, Dan Gilbert, Barry Schwartz, and many more who have introduced us to the ways of how we can achieve happiness alongside its surprising facts, and how our screen and its functions may significantly affect our mental well-being, illustrated by Adam Alter and Tristan Harris. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to comment below, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel for more TED Talk summary and opinion videos like this. And please check out the playlist that I've inserted here, which I definitely believe will help you guys not just emotionally, but practically as well. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.